Everybody wants to be successful overnight. They want to wake up rich, happy, and love fulfilled. But life doesn't work like that. You don't put a seed in the ground today and expect a tree tomorrow. No, you have to water it, nurture it, and wait. The same goes for your dreams. Great things take time. The problem is that people quit too soon because they don't see results fast enough. They get frustrated, they feel like their work isn't paying off, and they walk away. But the truth is, just because you don't see progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Some of the most powerful changes happen beneath the surface before they ever show up in your life. Think about the people you admire, the ones who built something meaningful. None of them got there overnight. They went through years of grinding, struggling, sacrificing. They put in the hours when nobody was watching. They kept going when it looked like nothing was working. And because they stayed the course, they reached levels most people never will. The ones who win in life are the ones who refuse to quit. The ones who don't get discouraged by the time it takes. They don't look for shortcuts. They don't get distracted by how fast someone else is moving. They focus on their journey, their pace, and their progress. The world is full of people who give up too soon, who was right on the edge of their breakthrough but walked away because it didn't happen fast enough. What they don't realize is that success isn't about speed, it's about endurance. It's about how long you're willing to keep going when there's no applause, no validation, no sign that it's working. You have to stop expecting success to come on your timeline. Life doesn't move on your schedule. The big things you want, the dream career, the strong relationships, those things don't show up just because you want them. They show up when you've done the work and when you've proven you can handle them. If success came easy, everybody would have it. If success was instant, it wouldn't mean anything. The fact that it takes time, that it requires patience is what makes it valuable. That's what makes it worth chasing. So don't give up just because it's taking longer than you expected. Keep planting the seeds, keep doing the work, and trust that one day everything you've been working for will be right in front of you. If you rush a cake out of the oven and it isn't fully baked, if you rush love, it falls apart. If you rush success, it collapses under pressure. The things that truly last, the things worth having, require patience, dedication, and time. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they're impatient. They want results and they don't want to wait, they don't want to struggle, they don't want to go through the problem. But you can't microwave success. You can't shortcut something that's supposed to take time. A strong foundation takes time to build. Whether it's a business, a career, or a relationship, if you don't build it right, it won't last. People rush into things and then wonder why they fall apart. They want love but don't take the time to understand their partner. They want money but don't take the time to learn how to manage it. They want success but don't take the time to develop the discipline to sustain it. Patience is what separates those who make it from those who don't. It's the ability to stay committed even when nothing seems to be working. It's knowing that just because you can't see progress right now doesn't mean it's not happening. It's trusting that the time you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow. When you rush, you make mistakes. You overlook details. You take shortcuts that cost you in the long run. You start skipping steps because you're so focused on getting the finish line. But if you take your time and do it right, you won't have to start over later. Think about the things in life that truly last: great marriages, powerful businesses, legacies that live on. None of those things happen overnight. They are built slowly with care and intention. They are nurtured, protected, and invested in over years, not weeks. If you want something to last, you have to be willing to put in the time. You have to be okay with waiting, the setbacks, the slow progress. Because in the end, what's truly meant for you will be yours, but only if you're patient enough to let it happen in its own time. Have you ever noticed how every successful person has a story? Nobody gets to the top without climbing. Every setback, every struggle, every delay is not punishment, it's preparation. You're being built for something bigger than you can see right now. Most people see the struggle as a sign to stop. They think if something is hard, it means they're not supposed to do it. But that's the wrong mindset. Struggle is the test. Struggle is what builds you. The struggle is what separates the ones who want it from the ones who only kind of want it. When you're going through hard times, you have two choices. You can break or you can build. You can let it defeat you or you can let it shape you. Every hardship, every challenge, every delay, it's all teaching you something. It's sharpening you, strengthening you, making you into the person you need to be. Success is not about avoiding the struggle. It's about learning how to thrive and thrive. It's about understanding that the obstacles are part of the process. The pain is part of the process. The moments where you feel like giving up, that's part of the process too. The struggle is where you find out what you're made of. It's where you develop the mindset, the resilience, and the discipline that will carry you through life. It's where you prove to yourself that you deserve what you're chasing. Most people quit too soon because they think the struggle means they're failing. But in reality, the struggle is the proof that you're growing. It's the evidence that you're on your way. If you weren't meant for more, you wouldn't be going through so much. If you weren't destined for something greater, life wouldn't be testing you like this. Every person who has ever achieved something great has to endure seasons of struggle, but they kept going. They trusted the process. They understood that the struggle was not there to break them, but to prepare them. And because they pushed through, they reached levels they never thought possible. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is looking at someone else's journey and thinking you're behind. Social media got everybody thinking they're late to success. You see people buying houses, getting married, traveling the world, and you start feeling like you aren't moving fast enough. But what you don't see is their struggle, their sacrifices, their late nights. You don't see the years they spent in the dark working when nobody was watching. Comparison will steal peace, and it will rob you of your focus. You can't be in your lane if you're too busy watching everybody else. You have to understand that your journey is yours. Your timing is different. What's meant for you is coming, but it's not going to come just because you're impatient. It's going to come when you're ready for it. The truth is, some of the people you envy wish they could go back and do it differently. Some rushed into things and now they're stuck trying to fix what they broke by moving too fast. You don't know what battles they're fighting behind closed doors. Just because it looks good on the outside doesn't mean it's built on a strong foundation. You don't need to be the fastest. You don't need to be the first. You just need to stay consistent and trust that your moment is coming. Success doesn't have a deadline. No rule says you have to hit a certain milestone by a certain age. Some people make it at 25, some at 50. Some people find love young, some later in life. The only thing that matters is that you stay on your path and stop looking at theirs. Most people fail not because they aren't capable, but because they get discouraged watching someone else move faster. They thought they were behind when in reality they were right on schedule. Your journey is designed for you. Your struggles, your lessons, your victories, they're all unfolding exactly how they need to. Stop looking left and right. Stop letting someone else's progress make you doubt your own. Your time is coming. Your blessings are making their way to, but if you keep rushing, if you keep forcing things that ready yet, you'll end up with something temporary when God had something permanent planned for you. Sometimes you want something so bad, and no matter how hard you try, it just won't happen. You put in the effort, you make the sacrifices, and still the door won't open. That's when most people start to question themselves. They wonder if they're not good enough. They wonder if they're wasting their time. But what they don't realize is that every delay has a purpose. When something doesn't happen on your schedule, it doesn't mean it's not meant for you. It just means it's not time yet. You might be ready for the blessing, but the blessing might not be ready for you. Maybe there's something you still need to learn. Maybe there's a situation you need to grow through first. Maybe there's a better opportunity coming, and if you rush into this one, you'll miss the one that was truly meant for you. Some of the greatest blessings in life come disguised as disappointments. That job you didn't get. That relationship that didn't work out. That opportunity that fell through. It wasn't a rejection, it was redirection. You were being protected from something you couldn't see. You were being pushed towards something greater than what you were asking for. But you have to trust the process. You have to believe that every delay, every setback, and every closed door is happening for a reason. Because if you let impatience take over, if you start doubting and forcing things that aren't ready, you'll end up settling for less than what you deserve. Think about all the times you wanted something so bad, but when you look back now, you realize it wouldn't have been right for you. Imagine if you had gotten what you asked for at the wrong time. Imagine if you had forced something that wasn't meant to last. It would have cost you more in the long run. The hardest thing to do is wait when you don't understand why. But the most powerful thing you can do is trust that the timing of your life is not random. Everything is happening exactly when it's supposed to. Every delay is setting you up for something bigger. Every not yet is shaping you for something greater. People say hard work pays off, and it does, but not always when you want it to. You can be doing all the right things and still not see results right away. That's the test. That's where most people give up. They think if they don't see success fast, it means they're not doing enough. But real success takes time to build. You can't plant a seed today and expect a harvest tomorrow. You got to water it, you got to take care of it, and you got to trust that the growth is happening even when you can't see it. Most people don't fail because they're not talented enough. They fail because they stop before they see the fruits of their labor. Look at anybody successful, and you'll see years of struggle behind their achievements. You'll see nights where they wanted to quit. You'll see moments where nothing was working, but they kept going anyway. The ones who make it are not the ones who never struggled, it's the ones who never stopped. The reason hard work doesn't pay off right away is because the process is testing you. It's seeing if you want it. It's seeing if you have the patience, the discipline, and the consistency to handle what you're asking for. If success came easy, it wouldn't mean anything. If wealth came overnight, people wouldn't know how to keep it. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like all your hard work is leading to nothing, remind yourself that the process takes time. Success is not just about talent. It's not just about luck. It's about endurance. It's about how long you're willing to keep going even when nothing seems to be working. You can't rush greatness. You can't force something that takes years to build. But if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the work, one day you'll look back and realize that everything you went through was preparing you for the moment you're in. Hard work does pay off. It just doesn't happen on your schedule. It happens when you've earned it. Most people love the idea of success, but they don't love the process that comes with it. The process is uncomfortable, it's slow, it's frustrating. It makes you question yourself. It makes you wonder if you're even on the right path. That's the part where most people give up, not because they aren't capable, but because they can't handle the uncertainty. See, growth is uncomfortable because it forces you to let go of the things that are holding you back. It forces you to become someone new. You can't expect to stay the same and achieve something great. You have to grow into the person who deserves the life you're working for. And that growth, it's messy. It's painful. It requires patience. Think about a seed. When you plant it, you don't see anything happening at first. But underground, that seed is cracking open. Its roots are spreading. It's breaking apart so that it can grow into something strong. That's exactly what happens to you when you're in the process. It feels like everything is falling apart. But really, you're just becoming who you need to be. Most people quit during this phase because they think struggle means they're failing. But struggle doesn't mean failure. Struggle means transformation. It means you're getting ready for the next level. If it was easy, everyone would do it. If it happened overnight, nobody would appreciate it. You've got to learn how to be patient in the process. You've got to trust that even when things don't make sense, even when it feels like nothing is happening, you're still moving forward. Progress isn't always visible. But that doesn't mean it's not happening. The process is doing something inside you that you can't see yet. If you run from the process, you run from your potential. If you avoid the struggle, you avoid the success that comes with it. Every challenge is shaping you. Every delay is strengthening you. Every test prepares you for the moment when everything comes together. Trust the process, even when it's uncomfortable. A lot of people struggle with patience because they want everything right now. They want success now. They want love now. They want results now. But you can't force something that isn't ready yet. You can't rush a season that's still developing. When you force things, you break them before they have a chance to grow. Think about a fruit. If you pick it before it's ripe, it's bitter. It doesn't taste right. But if you leave it on the tree, if you let it go through its natural process, it becomes sweet. That's how life works too. Some things need time to mature. Some blessings need time to be prepared. And if you try to grab them too soon, they won't be what they were meant to be. People force relationships and they end up in heartbreak. They force success and they burn out. They force opportunities and they realize later it wasn't what they wanted. The best things in life come when they're supposed to, not when you try to control them. Waiting is hard because it feels like you're doing nothing. But patience isn't about sitting still. It's about preparing yourself while you wait. It's about doing your part and letting life do the rest. You wouldn't dig up a seed every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you take care of it, and you trust that it's doing what it needs to do. When you feel impatient, remind yourself that anything worth having takes time. What's meant for you is still growing, still being prepared. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force. You just need to stay consistent and let life unfold the way it's supposed to. Everybody starts with excitement. Everybody starts with a vision. But not everybody